Hey guys, back at it with another roulette strategy to put against a survival test. We got a modification to a previous video I did. It's called Milestone Splits. I got some positive feedback, and that one definitely needed some adjustments because it did get up $200, but it ended up busting. So these adjustments are coming from Schnauzer Bites and Passwalk coins. But before we jump into the new modification, I am going to go over the survival test guidelines for anybody new to the channel. This is a mining process to find out the good strategies from the bad and potentially make those good strategies better with some modifications and tweaks. So every strategy will get a fair shake with 90 spins. That's about an hour and a half of live playing time in the casino. So there will not be a time limit. We're going to play out all 90 spins or until the system fails. Every system will get a grade on performance posted at the end of each video. All results are unedited. All videos are posted, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you're new to the channel and want to join me in the quest of finding the best, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell to stay up to date, because it won't hurt you none, but it might help you some. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into today's video, and I'll explain as we go and what the differences are. All right, let me pull it up right here. Okay, we're in. Okay, so I have the bet placement. I'm going to keep the bet placement just for demo purposes, just to make it easier and show you the differences. So from the original one that I found on Roulette Master's channel, he was putting 30 single number bets. Problem is you don't have the time to place those bets. I play online, and that online casino I play, they only give me 20 seconds. So trying to put 30 numbers in 20 seconds, you can see the problem there, right? I'm misplacing bets, I'm hitting splits, it's a mess. I tried it, it's hard to do. Especially if you have a laggy computer. So anyway, so we're going to start. So we got 15 splits, and this is going to be a total coverage of 30 numbers. So let's go ahead and start. And this is spin number 1. And so Schnauzer Bites did mention something that Kentucky White gives as advice, and that is never to push any system. We know that there's no perfect system out there. But he says never push it, so we're going to make some modifications to this once we get losses, and we just did. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to, on any loss, we're doubling. We're not really doubling, we're just adding a unit, okay? And we're keeping track of session highs, session lows. We're currently minus 11, and we got a win right there. So now we're going to shoot for 3 consecutive wins after any loss. So we're going to rebet. We're going to peel this one off. And we're also not, we're going to stop, we're not going to continuously peel numbers off. Okay, so we got a double zero. The bet will go up 1 unit. And these longer form videos at 90 spin, that's just to kind of give you a layout of potentially what can go good, but also what can go wrong with these systems. Okay, that's 1. Okay, so where are we at? Got 1, 2. Let's peel off this one. We are not peeling off any more than 3 splits. Okay, and after that loss, this is win number 1. We're shooting for 3 consecutive wins before we reset the bet. And we lost again. So we are going to add 1 unit. Not taking off any more at this point. All right, win number 1 after that loss. Bet stays here. There's an 8 black. And we are on a horrible string of losses. But we have high coverage, and we are going to shoot for 3 consecutive wins after a loss, whether we're in profit or not. And that's going to be like that safety guard to kind of protect your bankroll, okay? Because we can make up those losses later on. All right, so we got a hit right there. We're going to simply rebet and spin. Aiming for 3 consecutive wins. That's a 17 black. I believe that's a hit. That's hit number 2. Rebet and spin. Finally, so we started off rough, but we're up 16 bucks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to base and keep it safe. You want to sit, you want to float. The idea of just taking off 3 is good because you never lose a lot of coverage. And this is geared towards, and it might be a grind, but this is geared towards more conservative play. So we're at spin 10, and just like that, got another loss. So we're going to rebet, and we're going to double, adding just 1 unit. And we're looking for 3 consecutive hits. That's hit number 1. We're going to peel that one off. That's a 5. That's going to be hit number 2. We're going to peel that off, and we just need 1 more hit. And we reset. And we got it with the 21 red. Okay, so let's see. We're in a new session profit of 25 bucks, so we're going to go back to base. Let's rebet. Let's just peel those off. And then add in those splits. So back to max coverage. Total bet is 15 bucks. Looking for 3 consecutive hits. We're not pushing this one. So we're going to peel that one off. That was the problem with that first modification I made, is I kept peeling off and I stopped with the 18 number coverage, but it just got in. Once it got into a hole, it had no chance to recover. All right, so that's win number 2. We're going to peel this off. 1 more win, and we reset. And you could play it even more conservative, where any profit you reset. Okay, so we missed that one. We are going to add a unit to those. And since we have that loss, we're looking for 3 consecutive wins, and we will reset the bet. And look, here's a smart play advice. We don't need 3 consecutive wins. Keeping track of your session profit is important. And you can see we are in a new session profit at 39. If you want to play this a little more aggressive, sure, go ahead and spin 1 more time. But today we are protecting our bankroll. That's key. That is the key to winning long, like session after session. And another key point is to don't shoot for like huge profits. If you could win 50 bucks consistently every day. So we got a hit on the 8. We're going to peel that off. If you could consistently make, 50 bucks a day, think about how much money you're going to make throughout the next couple months. And I know but also having a stop loss. You don't want, a lot of these systems will have like, oh, I have $1,000 bankroll. Nobody really wants to put $1,000 in full trust on a system. Very rare do I see systems that come back from huge deficits. And if they do, there's probably some luck or some super aggressive progression on the system. So we are in a new session high of $51. Doing good so far. So we're going to add those in. Back to max coverage. Back to base. To keep it safe. This is spin number 20. There's a nice $3 win. We will collect. We are going to peel that one off, and we rebet. $23 red is another win. That's a nice $4 win. We could peel that off. Spin. 1 more hit, and we go back to full coverage. And we did not get it. That is okay. We got a way to handle those losses. We're going to go ahead and add a unit. And I believe, not sure if I kept track of it. I think the high was 58. Let's see, we're at 55. It would be smart to reset. Let's just shoot for 2 wins. We're just looking for 2 wins. just because I wasn't sure. I think I missed the session high. I keep track and I write them down. And we got a hit right there. All right, so we are going back to base and we are keeping it safe. Another key point is to be flexible, right? When you play, you don't want to be too rigid. Think about how they build buildings, how they build bridges. There's flexibility to so they don't break. If they're built rigid, those things would snap with any windstorm. So you need to have a little flexibility when you're playing. So we are at a new session high of 68 bucks. And what I mean by flexibility is, like, for instance, okay, so we lost right there. So we're going to increase. See, that repeater hurt us right there, but we're going to add a unit and spin. And we were at 68. So flexibility would be like, okay, maybe just get one hit right here. All right, we got a 30 red. That's a nice $8 win. Now we're not at $68, but let's go ahead and go back to base, right? That's only going to take a couple spins to make up that little profit. So we're risking a lot less versus potentially getting another miss at that level. All right, back to base and keep it safe. That's what I like. I like these bankroll protectors. I like to stay in the positive more than the negative, and I'm sure you guys do too. And see, we're back to 65. One more hit, we're gonna be in a new session profit, and we got it. New session profit 69. Let's go ahead and try to get one more hit, and we will reset. So 22 black. There's a nice $5 win. We're going back to base, guys. Going back to base. You know, okay, $15 bet. And this is spin number 30. We are at a new session high of 74. And to make it even safer, you could hold your bet at 15 splits and wait for a trigger, like just wait for that first loss to happen to start peeling off some splits. Okay, so we lost there, so we're going to double up. Adding 1 unit each. And we got a 8 black. That is a $6 return, so we're going to punch that off. Our session high was 74. So I think keep it even safer. Let's just try shoot for 2 wins. See where that puts us. $8. Okay. Session high was 74. We're at 73. I would want to not risk any more high bets. So let's go here. Full coverage again. Well, not full coverage. High coverage. 73. So another hit right here will put us in a new session profit. And we got it. Very safe play today. Okay. One more hit. We'll reset the bet. We are in a new session profit. So again, playing flexible, you can reset here. But I just think with this much coverage, I think it's fairly safe. You're going to hit that 3-win mark way more times than not. And we got a good slower progression to recoup any losses. You have 30 numbers covered with this. It's high coverage. We got 85 is a new session profit. We're going to peel this one off. That was win number 1. We're up to 88 bucks. We got a loss right there, so we are going to level up and add a unit each. Now there's back-to-back losses, so we're going to add 1 more unit. And you don't even have to add a unit on losses. I think you could hold your bet here and it would still pan out. But this is part of this new modification, so let's let it run and see what happens. That's a 27 red. And we got a hit right there. Where are we? We are at 58. Our high is 80. And we took off 1 split. Let's just take off 1 more and try to get a couple hits. Maybe we just need one. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, man, another inconvenient loss. But that's why I do these long form videos, to show you not just in 10-minute snips, but what could go good and what could go potentially bad with any system. All right, so we spin again. We're down 19. All right, we got an 18 black, or 18 red. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. All right, we're gonna hold the bet right here. This is spin number 40. We're near the halfway point. I'm gonna rebet. $24 black comes up. And that's that one that we took off. Where are we at? We are down to 7. Let's go ahead and keep the bet here. It's getting a little high for me. I don't feel comfortable. I'm acting like I'm actually playing a real session. Let's see what we can get here. And I think we took that one off too. Jesus. Where are we at? Minus 45. Okay. Let's rebet. Let's go ahead and add, since we got 2 back-to-back losses, let's add another unit. I don't want to take any more splits off. I feel like that's going to hurt us too much. And we got another loss. And I think the problem with this too is, let's just hold the bet right here. I'm going to wait for 2 losses. Like I said, plain flexible to increase. We're down minus 110. That is the lowest we've been so far. We're going to rebet. And we're going to add 1 more unit. $175 is a low. There's a 28 black. We're going to need... So I'm not going to shoot too high. I'm going to probably still keep it 3 wins and then reset. Maybe 4. That was a bad string of losses right there. 33 comes up, and that's another miss. Okay, where are we at? Minus 193. Let's just add 1 more unit. Let's not go higher than this. This is getting pretty high. All right. $91 total bet. 193 is the lowest we've been. There's a 25 red. Let's repeat that and spin. Rebet, spin. Damn, those numbers are coming up bad today. Okay. That's the dangers about this. I'm not going to go any higher than this. Let's hold this bet. $214. This is spin number 50. Okay, we got a hit right there. We're going to rebet and spin. Another hit with the 20 black. And I'm going to try to just get 4 consecutive wins and just reset the bet. And those zeros keep coming up. That's crazy. With this coverage, this is nuts. All right, bet stays here. Like I said, I really don't want to go higher than this because we are slowly losing our bankroll. 235, but that's why I do these long form videos, to show the potential bads of any system. Even with high coverage systems like this, you think it's like, oh, it's money. No, you could get on super bad runs. I'm going to hold this bet. I'm going to shoot for 4 consecutive wins. I was 1. And we lost again. What if we do this? What if these are all at 7? Let me add 7 here, because these ones keep coming up. 105 total bet. We're not going to go higher than this level. This is already too much. We're at minus 291. And of course, look at what's happening. That's crazy. Hold the bet here. 396. And another loss. That's it. That busts the bankroll. I really, you could use this. I know the original version, I said $1,000 bankroll, but I would, if you wanted to, and you wanted to try to recoup your losses. See, this is where Kentucky, and I didn't take that advice today because I think I went too high on the progression. I think what Schnauzer Bites was saying is that you need to reset. So like, let's say, because we were up to $88 in profit. I guess the smart play would have been, because see, what we did here was we were pushing the system too long to try to recoup those losses. So I think just for next time, or if you guys want to run the test on this too, is if you, let's say you're up, let's see, once you get down to like your first negative, right? Your first negative into your bankroll, just restart. No matter where you are in that progression, restart. And looking back, I wish I would have just did that to see, because it would be a lot easier to recoup those losses than obviously right here. I mean, I guess you could try to reset, but at this point, it's like, it's better to just count your losses, try another day, but like always, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think if I would have followed that advice, I think it would have probably panned out a little bit better today. But this one is a fail the way I played it, and I was trying to be flexible and adjusting my bets. It just didn't work out. And so let me know what your thoughts are on this. I do have one more modification coming out. And I'm gonna post it right after this video as well. All right, so like always, guys, till next time, be cool, stay cool, peace.